Hello there, guys. What's up? My name's Commando, and welcome to my WWE 2017 Fastlane predictions video. Let's get straight to it. There's 8 matches in total, which is quite a lot. I wasn't expecting that. Unfortunately, they are having a Raw talk thing, which is they haven't been that great. I felt they've only had maybe two of them, I think, in the past, or one. I don't know. Um, Talking Smack is just much better. I don't know what it is, but it just is. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it. It's wrestling, so I'll watch it. But anyways, the first match is the pre-show match, and it's Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar with Alicia Vogt. Now I like what they're doing with Kendrick and Tozawa. I think it's good. I like it, and Brian Kendrick has some crazy ass ring gear lately, and I love it. I think it looks great. It really does. He stands out. He looks different. It's awesome. Um, the Noam Dar thing, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what the whole thing that they're doing. It's just really him saying Alicia Fox. That's kind of it. Like Vince apparently loves it and jizzes his pants when he says it. They now moved on to Rich Swann and Noam Dar after Noam Dar and Cedric, but nothing really happened. I felt in the whole Noam Cedric feud. It just sort of went on, and they kept on having matches that meant nothing and weren't special or great. So now they're just moving on to Swan, and they sort of just overlooked Swan in the whole cruiserweight thing since he got injured. In the whole cruiserweight title, he just sort of came back, and now he's feuding with Noam Dar. So I don't know. But I do like the Kendrick Tozawa stuff. I think that's good. I thought Tajiri was gonna get involved again, since he did come back from injury. I thought maybe there was going to be something between Tozawa and Tajiri. I don't know. But I'll go with Tozawa and Swan to win. Although Kendrick has been getting the better of Tozawa every week, so who knows? Maybe he'll win again. But I'll maybe go with Tozawa. I'll go with Tozawa and Swan to win. Now, I think that might be the most I've talked about a pre-show match, because mostly the pre-show matches mean nothing. At least there has been stuff happening in this sort of match feud. Now, main show, we have Kevin Owens versus Goldberg for the Universal title. Now, everybody going into Royal Rumble, maybe not everybody, but I'd say a lot of people thought that Owens had no chance he was going to lose, and he didn't. And now the same thing's happening here. Well, could he not lose again? I don't know. I do expect some interferences in this, and possibly the Strowman match too. As in Lesnar maybe attacking Owens because he wants to his match to be for the Universal title, or Jericho coming back and attacking Owens for revenge after that epic turn. Just that's so good. Festival of Friendship, so good. Just the crowd reaction and how it was done, just amazing, truly amazing. One of the best heel turn. Well, Kevin Owens is already heel, but one of the best sort of turns and what have you, and best segments I've seen in a long time. It was just so good. I watched it back a few times. Just so good, so good. But yeah, I expect some interference, and then people will complain, even though these are the same people that want the Attitude Era to turn. Okay, logic. But the build has been well, there hasn't really been a whole lot of build, really, not really. And they had a promo on Raw this week. I'd say the more entertaining stuff has happened on Twitter, with Kevin Owens pretty much destroying Goldberg at every turn. But yeah, there hasn't really been much of a build to it because Goldberg hasn't really been there most of the time. He wasn't at the festival thing. I think he maybe showed up the week after. Did he? I don't even know when. He's not there much. I think he was just there this past week, and that was the first time we sort of seen him since Rumble time. I think. I don't know. But yeah, there hasn't really been a whole lot of thing to this. I'll go with Goldberg winning it. Then again, I went with Reigns last time and he didn't win, so I don't know. I don't think Owens will be Universal Champion going into Mania. It would make more sense for them to make the US title and then him and Jericho, fighting over it at Mania. I think that would be good. Because it's sort of, we haven't really seen much of the US title, although that's been the case for a while now. So I'll go with Goldberg, and I expect some interferences, and I do like some interferences, shake things up. It would also be good if actually, people think, oh, the match could be over really quickly. I wouldn't be opposed to it because Survivor Series ended a lot earlier, and I was happy with that. So if they end it early again, I'll be happy with it because the less, the better. Now moving on, we have Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, and I really like what they're doing with Braun Strowman. He's probably the best thing, the best new character, and probably one of the best entertaining things each week on Raw. I really like what they're doing with him. I think it's great. I've enjoyed the brawls and that they've had with Reigns. I just really think sort of Reigns is gonna overcome him and what have you. Braun just comes back and destroys him. And I loved like when he I don't know if it was like a spear or a power slam or something through the barricade. He sold it for like a second and then he just instantly stood up. I thought it was really cool. Like he laid down there, like, slammed me through it for a second, and then just instantly stood up. I thought that was really cool. Um, it would make sense, booking wise for Reigns to sort of come back, but I don't know. I think Braun should win. I really do. If Reigns maybe got like a somehow quick roll up or something, but I don't know. I think wouldn't do good things for Braun in my opinion. Um, and maybe expect some interference from Taker here. Maybe they're gonna do the whole Taker Reigns thing. It seems like all the rumored matches and what have you are happening, so I expect to be no different with Reigns and Taker. So maybe Taker will distract Reigns and Braun will win. And again, people will complain, but love the Attitude Era. But I think it could be a good match. And also, I want to see Strowman versus Big Show. Forget that Shaq Big Show crap. I want to see Strowman versus Big Show at WrestleMania. I think that would be awesome. After the match on Raw, that was just great. I think we need to see it at Mania. But apparently Shaq doesn't want to do the match now because he's scared of Big Show and his ginormous abs. So I want to see Braun Strowman versus Big Show at WrestleMania. I think that would be really cool. If not, I did see something where somebody said they could both be in the Andre Battle Royal thing. That pish, that pish I'm talking about. They could be in that, and then they could be like the final two, and they could have a 5 to 10 minutes or something battling themselves, and then Strowman would win. I'd be okay with that. But I'm gonna go Strowman. I think it could be good. Next, we have Neville versus Jack Gallagher for the Cruiserweight Championship. And people love Neville as a heel and think he's like amazing. I mean he's alright. I find the promos a bit, I don't know, like forced, a little, I don't know, cheesy, just a little over the top at times. Maybe nitpicking, but it does seem a little bit weird at times in my opinion. Just me. It's okay, but I don't know. And I've liked what they're doing with Jack Gallagher, like the whole Gallagher or Gallagher, however you like to say it. I'm sure Corey Graves would rate me for saying it wrong. I like the whole biscuits and tea contract signing thing and what they've been doing. It's been okay. I don't really remember what else has really happened. I don't really remember what else has happened apart from the contract signing. And yeah, I don't remember. I think Neville did some address thing on 205 Live this week. Then Gallagher came out. Maybe they brawled. I don't know. I watched too much wrestling. I've had to work overtime this week, starting an hour earlier and what have you, and it's sort of been messing me up. Luckily, I didn't have to work today, so I slept for like 12 hours, which is awesome. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. I'm gonna go Neville retaining. I don't think Jack's gonna win here. Apparently the rumours they want to set up Neville versus Austin Aries for WrestleMania, so I'll go with Neville for the win. I don't think Jack's going to win here, but I think it could be entertaining. I hope Jack does his tying him up into a ball spot. We haven't seen that in a while. I really like that. Liked it when he did that in the Cruiserweight Classic, and I think he did it once, maybe twice since then on here. Now moving on, we have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass for the Raw Tag Titles. And it finally seems like people are turning on Enzo. More of the main sort of crowd is turning on him. Well, I've been sick of him for a long time. Cass too. It amazes me that it's took this long for people to get fed up with him. It was kind of started when he fucked up in that Cesaro match. he starts trying to clothesline him over the ropes. He didn't go over, and then he just threw himself over. I was like, oh my god. And then he fucked up when Cesaro tried to do like a suplex or like an uppercut or something. It was just, oh shit. It really was shit. And it's in the promo side of things. I spoke about this before. Like, this is nothing new. It's not like I'm one of these bandwagoners and just starting to hate people. That's what I've seen in the comments. Like, people like, oh, you guys wanted Enzo and now you hate him, blah blah blah. And the same goes for all these other people. Well, there's a reason to hate him, because his booking and the way, well, not so much the booking, but the way he's used and what he does is shit. Like the promos, it's most of the time you don't know what he's talking about. There's no reaction. That's not just coming from me. It's not like I'm speaking for myself here. I'm speaking for the reaction from the crowd. They don't know what he's talking about because there's no reaction to what he's saying. They're just there to do the how you doing and the entrance and what have you. And Cass is just a Reigns 2.0. He is. People are like, oh, Cass is the talented one. He should break up with Enzo. That's a Reigns 2.0 waiting to happen. Guy sounds like a fucking robot when he talks on the mic. Yeah, he was good at NXT because he wasn't scripted word for word. Like, sounds like a robot on Raw this week. And then they have like a backstage Fallout thing on YouTube, and he actually sounds like he has some emotion in his voice, and he sounds like he's got a bit of a character, because it's coming from him, not from fucking Vince or whoever scripted his promo. It's just so annoying. I just a sigh of disappointment every time he starts talking, and it's that robot shit. I'm like, for fuck's sake, come on. And then the Fallout thing, and he's good. I'm like, what the fuck? Let these guys do their own things, because they're actually good. Like Enzo Amore, right? In 2013, 14 kind of time was my favourite wrestler going at the time. I loved him. His promos and that were really funny. But sort of around 2015 at the time, started to, not be so funny. I didn't hate them, but they just weren't that entertaining. And then since they've been called up to the main roster, it's just been a dive ever since then. Just not enjoying what they're doing. Anyways, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are Raw Tag Team Champions now. Does anyone care? Like, seriously, these guys must be talented, but we don't get to see it. They jizz about their stuff in Japan and what have you, and people always talk about how they're talented in Japan. Well, we don't get to see it now, and they were getting beat up by Reigns like 2 weeks in a row. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're tag team champions in 2-on-1 handicap matches, and Reigns was getting the better of them. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, we don't really get to see anything from these guys. And people like them. I heard that the new shirt sold out really quickly on WWE Shop, but let the guys wrestle, and I would understand, but we don't get to see anything good from them. Promo-wise, nothing really great happens from them. It's not them I'm blaming, because it isn't them, it's the problem, it's who's scripting the stuff, that's the issue. But yeah, I would expect Gallows and that to win, and maybe save the Enzo and that win for WrestleMania, unfortunately. So we'll go with Gallows and that to win. Kind of had a bit of a rant there. Anyways, next we have Bayley versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley became champion a few weeks ago, which was a pretty awesome match. I always enjoy the women's matches more on Raw than I do the pay-per-views. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them have been really good. I felt on where the titles have changed on Raw. I felt they've been really good, and I did enjoy that one. I didn't really like the Bayley match against Charlotte at the Royal Rumble, if I remember right. I don't know, but I expect Charlotte to win here. She doesn't lose at pay-per-views. I think they should have just maybe held this off, and then had somebody finally be on pay-per-view. Would have been a bigger moment, like a here or WrestleMania. It seems like that's what's going to happen, is she'll lose it at WrestleMania. But then again, everybody thought she was going to lose at Mania last year, and she didn't, so I don't know. And they seem to be setting up for a Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, Nia at WrestleMania. I think for Charlotte to win and then Bayley win it then, I don't know. It seems like now I've said before that I like shorter reigns, but they do seem to. It's maybe mainly because it keeps going back to Charlotte, but they do seem to change them quite a bit now. I'm not totally against it because it makes things a bit unpredictable, but when it's always Charlotte getting the title back, not so unpredictable, you know. So I'll go with Charlotte just because that's probably what they will do, and they like to chase over her pay-per-view streak thing. It's like 16 singles wins. The only time she's lost is via tag matches, and they're not counting. I don't think they're not counting NXT because they had like a little graphic thing the other day on WWE, and you've seen it all. They're not counting their NXT takeover things, which would add a couple more. And I think I think the only time she would have lost would have been the Fatal 4-Way at NXT. I think that would have been the only time. I don't know for sure though. Anyways, I'll go with Charlotte for the win. Some of the stuff they're doing in the build to that match, like the whole Stephanie saying that Bayley should give it up because she didn't win it the right way or some crap. It's kind of stupid, I felt. And Stephanie sort of thingy Bayley and Sasha and all this stuff. Just, and speaking of Stephanie, I don't like the whole bloody GM shit lately. Like what they had a thing on Raw this week where Stephanie just sort of randomly went nuts on Mick Foley, and I was like, what the fuck was the point of that exactly? There was nothing really behind it. She just sort of said that he was a waste of time and a pointless GM or some shit. I was like, after it happened, I was just like, what the fuck was the purpose of this segment? And it seems like they're actually going to get rid of Foley as GM, and apparently Kurt Angle's going to be the new GM after WrestleMania. So, I don't know, because I was sick of the Mick Foley shit and the Stephanie shit. This stuff shouldn't be revolving around them. Maybe they go SmackDown there. You don't really see Daniel Bryan in that much. It should be more that way, in my opinion. Less focus on them and more focus on the wrestlers and the feuds. Just the way I think. Anyways, moving on, we have Sasha versus Nia Jax. Just got announced this week. A lot of the matches just got announced this week. Build-wise, it's kind of been intertwined with this Bayley Charlotte. Sasha's sort of been helping Bayley. Well, she helped Bayley win the title with the crutch to the tit. It's a pretty devastating maneuver if you didn't know. And Nia, I don't know. Nia, there isn't really actually been much building the whole Nia Sasha thing. Not really. They had a tag match. That's really about it. Nia said that she's a little girl and she'll break her again and what have you. That's really about it. Will Sasha win here? I don't know. She's been getting beat by her every week on the house shows, so maybe I expect it to be that way again. I mean, if I don't know, it's just I don't think this match is necessary. If you eventually want Sasha to topple Nia, I don't know. This just seems. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about this match. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really like the way they're booking either of these two. Because they're probably all gonna lose at Mania in the Fatal 4-Way. So, don't know. I'll go with Nia, but I don't know. I don't know. It just seems kind of pointless. Moving on. The final match, we have Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe debuted ref for the Rumble, which was pretty cool, beating up Seth Rollins. Fortunately, Rollins got his knee injured. They don't think it's going to be too serious and he's going to be healed up by WrestleMania. Maybe not a match, but I expect some sort of... Well, going by the promo this week, it seemed like Seth was going to call him out with WrestleMania. What I was expecting when this was happening is Triple H finally comes out and then Seth sort of, tricks him and he actually is okay and he was going to beat the shit out of Triple H. That's what I thought was going to happen, but it didn't happen. But I liked that whole thing. I thought it was good. And like Samoa Joe is like Triple H's destroyer. And it seems like Kevin Owens is also a part of this. They haven't really gone too much into the Kevin Owens and Triple H thing, but Triple H and Samoa Joe seem to be this new thing. Maybe it's going to be like a new stable, Triple H, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens. So, like somebody in the comments on one of WWE's videos said that like the revival, it could be like the new version of Evolution. That'd be kind of cool. Like I think that'd be pretty interesting. But I would rather the revival stay at NXT. They're really over right now, and to take them away and ruin them, like the Ascension, Vaudevillains, Madcon Alpha, you know, all them other guys. I don't think that's a good idea. And you could say, and you'll say, oh well, American Alpha are tag champs, and if they're never on SmackDown, and they have yet to have a match anywhere near the quality that they were putting on NXT. So how are they doing well? Moving on, Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn. The build has been alright. Joe just sort of beat the shit out of Sami Zayn all the time. And they had a brawl thing one week. I think it might have been this week. They had the pull apart brawl thing. I don't know. I watched too much wrestling and I'm hella tired. But it's been alright. It's been okay. Nothing like too great. But it's been okay. I expect Joe to win. At least there's a chance we won't get an hour of rest holds like they did in that match a year ago at NXT, which was one of the worst matches I've seen, just because it was rest holds for, not joking, almost an hour, because the match lasted the entire episode of NXT. It was shit. But at least there's no chance of that. But I didn't like all their matches they had in NXT. They weren't that great. Just too slow. Not enough action. You know, some people, like the whole 80s thing or whatever, and it's just rest holds all the time. Well, I don't think that's entertaining to me. I understand, starting slow and then building up to action, but for an hour, no, that's not good. But anyways, I'll go with Joe winning. I don't expect much out of it, but I expect Joe to win. Sami Zayn only come close, but Joe Samoa will win. But there you have it. That's the Fastlane predictions. I didn't think I would yap that much, but I did. I say that all the time. Like last time with the Elimination Chamber, I recorded a couple other times because I had the day off. I wanted to see if I can make it quicker because I don't know how I'm managing to talk as long as I do in the reviews. So I don't really feel like I'm even talking that much about the stuff. So we're gonna try this time, and see if I can get through it quicker. Maybe not go as in depth about the match as I normally do, but I want to try and make them quicker. I mean, it's not like I get any feedback or what have you on these videos. So I actually asked, like, what can I do to make them quicker? Still waiting on a response, even though it got a few hundred views. So I don't know. There you have it. That's my Fastlane predictions. Nothing really else going on in the WWE world of wrestling news, but in the TNA news or Impact Wrestling, it seems like they want to be called Impact Wrestling now, or Anthem Impact Wrestling. Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be referred in that way. Fans will never look at it that way, in my opinion. I liked TNA. I think that's a cool, unique name, and a memorable name. But they just done so much stupid shit. And sort of ruined the name in a way. I don't see that in a. That makes you think that I don't like TNA, because I do, and I at one time enjoyed TNA over WWE, like probably in the late 2000s. Like I really liked TNA, and I honestly felt TNA had a good chance at success going into like 2010, but then Hogan came and ruined it. Hogan and that ruined TNA. Sure, there were still some good moments then, but they ruined TNA. They did a lot of bad shit for TNA. And then, the one sort of thing, the main sort of thing I'd say that was bringing a lot of attention to TNA the last year, the Hardys, they sort of bloody done them dirty, or whatever you want to say. And now they're looking to come back to WWE, which I'm not looking forward to, because Vince will ruin the broken Hardy character. He will. They won't let them do what made it popular, and they'll ruin it. Just look at the Dudleys. They'll be reduced to shit matches, just like the Dudleys. So I don't want to see that, but it's unfortunately probably going to happen. Sure, they return, that'll be cool. It will just work out exactly like the Dudleys. Be a waste of time. But bloody Del Rio is now in TNA. And apparently Bully Ray, speaking of the Dudleys, he almost agreed to return to TNA. And Jack Swagger left WWE. He's had enough. I don't blame him. He's done absolutely nothing for ages. I felt like they should have Like his old Money in the Bank cash-in years ago should have happened a couple of years later. I think it was just too early for him. But yeah, talented guy. Just a result of, well, I was going to say bad booking, no booking. Yeah, just it's just a thing. They're probably going to start getting rid of a few guys because people are like, oh, we want this guy from NXT, we want this guy and this guy and this guy. Well, you're kind of going to have to get rid of some of these other guys because you don't use them. You got to replace these guys that you're not using with more guys that you won't use, like SmackDown's tag division. Oh, wait, they have a tag division? I know. You never see them. You never see the tag division. But yeah, the main sort of news lately has been the TNA stuff. Yeah, I've nothing else really to say about that. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you from a review. Bye.